Blog Talk Radio.
Hello, I'm Spirit Medium Laura, your host of this radio show. I've been channeling spirit for over 30 years and recently was chosen for the 2014 book, 100 Top Psychics in America. Here's how to LOVE love your readings on this radio show. L is for let spirit lead. O is for only one question or connection per caller. V is for validate all advice with a licensed professional. And E is for enjoy the show. Stay tuned for additional announcements. Hi, everybody. This is Spirit Medium Laura. I hope that you can hear me okay. If somebody just wants to drop a line in the chat room that they can hear me okay. I think I finally fixed my internet connection problem last week, which in and of itself is an unbelievable story dealing with the cable provider. I wrote an article about it on my website. If you go to spiritmediumtv.com, on the right, way down on the right, you'll see articles, and there's one about law of attraction. But in any event, not a big deal. Let me just see if anybody wrote anything. Anybody writing anything there? Oh, we only have one guest in the chat room. Okay, well, hopefully you can hear me okay. Today's Wednesday, and Wednesday at 1 p.m. Eastern Time, and depending on what your time zone is, welcome to the show, we will be doing only mediumship this show. That means that I will be focusing in on connections to the other side, to your loved ones in spirit. Or answering questions about mediumship, as sometimes that happens as well. That's fine. We just want to try to stay on point for mediumship, as the connections are better that way. And the show is 1 hour in length. We will be beginning the readings about 10 minutes from now. And please don't reveal a lot of information. I like to have spirit work for us and provide the validations. To get readings, the phone number is 347-945-5849. That's to get in the reading queue. That's area code 347-945-5849. And I have a little secret for you, that if you donate $5, you will jump to the top of the reading queue. I've decided to put that back into practice again. In part, those donations go to the Humane Foundation for Animals. You make your donation on spiritmediumtv.com. Item number 1B. It's only $5. Jump to the top of the queue. Not a big deal. I will get to other callers towards the end of the show. As well, you can get a massive sale and a private session with me there at spiritmediumtv.com. 1/3 off 30-minute readings. That's 1/3 off 30-minute readings. That's item number 1A on that site. And I also have there, which you don't need to concern yourself right now, but I have on Monday nights after the radio show I do here on Blog Talk Radio, I have an online intuitive playground, and that is basically intuitive development, okay, but in a more playful, interactive way. I just had a brainstorm this morning. I woke up with a lot of energy, and I was running around my home cleaning. Believe it or not, I do clean. I do my own cleaning. I like to do it. It's almost meditative, if you will, almost therapeutic, if you will. But in any event, I had a brainstorm. Why not have, in some of the intuitive development classes, something about communicating with dolphins? And then I had this further brainstorm that I bet you there's a webcam somewhere on the internet that has a live feed of a dolphin pool, and there are names of the dolphins that are in the pool. So I found that. Actually, there is a webcam from Clearwater, Florida that I will be using, and Winter is the one of the dolphins in the pool who was the star of a movie recently. So that should be fun. We'll be doing telepathy with the dolphins. We'll be giving them suggestions. And by virtue of the group, of course, we have no way of knowing if we're right or wrong in certain respects. And when we send telepathy, we'll be sending an instruction, and we'll watch a chosen dolphin to see if the dolphin responds. So that we'll know if we were successful. But we're also going to do other things like get information from the dolphin, and we'll all be going for the same bit of information. So if we as a group get the same answer, then we know we're in contact with the dolphin, which I think is going to be fun. And also another little sub brainstorm is in the mediumship class that I will be doing on Monday nights further out in time. We will be doing something with a famous person. I believe Jackie Kennedy Onassis will be one, as I was motivated as I was watching CNN this morning about her story. So that's kind of interesting things. And that would be item number 3, your RSVP. You can RSVP now if you want. The one we're doing right now in May, next 2 units. This coming Monday, we're going to be doing raising your vibration. So if you're an intuitive sort or a spiritual sort of person and you want to have greater guidance from your guides, your angels, your guides, whatever your higher power is, if you want to get more synchronicities, more opportunities coming to you, more lucky opportunities, and if you want to be living in your destiny versus fighting everything, raising your vibration is integral to that. So you can RSVP at the Intuitive Playground, which is item number 3 on spiritmediumtv.com. So I'm going to give you a little bit inspiration today. There's so many things I could talk about. One thing I think I need to talk about is not the inspiration, but I just want to comment. Last week has been very, very crazy for me in terms of the way the world operates. And at times, I just don't understand how anyone ever gets anything done, how a doctor ever heals us, or how the cable company ever survives. But for example, trying to get the right modem to my home was an amazing comedy of errors, and I just don't understand how my cable provider functions and can stay alive with that kind of interaction. But it started to make me think about the human genome, of how we are so inefficient as a species. And then I start to think, well, how did we ever survive? You know, I mean, all these mistakes, all these miscommunications, how do we as a species ever survive? And then I started looking into hormone replacement therapy. That's another huge area of confusion. How does anyone get the right thing health-wise? How do they get the right information? You have to be extremely focused, spend hours and hours doing your own research so you finally can come to conclusions. But the simple conclusion is the word hormone frightens people. If you do hormone replacement, everybody thinks, oh, I'm going to get cancer. But the reality is it's not the hormones that give you cancer, it's an imbalance of hormones that gives you cancer. So if you have too much of one hormone, not of the other, if you're not balanced, then you're actually opening yourself up for a myriad of problems. Heart disease, cancer, bone loss, and I forgot what the fourth one is, a big one. But in any event, just keep that in mind when you're doing your own research on subjects, that if there's a lot of contradictions, just keep forging forward, because the truth will be known eventually. Don't get deterred. I did a mediumship this past week that was kind of interesting. This is my inspiration today, and it's, this is kind of interesting, because even though the world is very confused, spirit is not confused. Oh, that's kind of funny, the way they made me give you those 2 stories on confusion while we're on Earth. Because literally this inspiration, which I wrote about earlier today, not realizing I was going to talk about these 2 other crazy things that are going on Earth, this inspiration is about how spirit is very clear. They have intention when they come through, not just in a reading, which is, a regular session about your own life, but this was in mediumship. So I have this young woman with me, and in comes her grandmother, and her grandmother starts talking to her about her health, and that the fact that her son, grandmother's son, granddaughter's father, which I didn't know what it was, but the soul and spirit is explaining everything, that they didn't have a good relationship, that her son didn't do the right thing by her, and consequently she has a myriad of health problems, some of which are emotional, some of which are weight, some of which are hormonal, the whole gamut of things. And so I asked the young woman if she understood, and she said yes, because she was very pretty and young, and I didn't see where the health problems were, that there were some. She said the girl and my client wanted to speak with a loved one in spirit that was different than her grandma, and I'd seen a male earlier when I was connecting with her that seemed like a brother, or someone like a brother, in her age group, and there was that man then. And this is another thing that's kind of interesting, is the man that came in from spirit. The first thing I saw when I saw him, which is very distinctive from the way I see other souls, is he was all alone in this dark space, and there was like this, like a light on him, a little bit of a light focused on his face, and a little bit from behind. And when I see a soul in a dark place with a light on them, it usually means they're in an isolated space of contemplation, because they usually took their own life or they did something else that requires a lot of contemplation. But I immediately knew telepathically he'd taken his own life. The girl starts to cry, but his problem was that he didn't feel good about himself in terms of his sexuality. So the young girl in the room didn't feel good about herself in terms of her lovability as a female, because of her breached relationship with her father. And this young man, didn't feel good about himself as a man, and they had both connected on the earth plane to work out their respective karmas. So spirit had lined them all up for all these karmic issues, unbeknownst to any of us in the room, until it all unfolded. Kind of interesting. Spirit is far more organized than we are. That's my inspiration for the day. So if you do want to get guidance from spirit, come to the Intuitive Playground. You'll open up your intuition more. Join my mailing list if you haven't done so already, because you will get some intuition development courses, or have a session with me, a private session. You can get a third off a 30-minute session with me by simply going to Spirit Medium TV, item number 1A on that page. So we do have some donations. I already know that we have Peggy. I'm going to find her in the queue. She would be the first one. Hold on one second. Peggy, is that you?
Yes, hello.
Hi, honey. How are you?
I'm good.
Good, good. And thank you for your donation. It will go to help animals in part. Okay, so let's see what's around. You could do feel a mother figure to you. A mother figure could be anyone that is more senior to you in age, female, and was either your mother, grandmother, motherly type of person. Doesn't necessarily have to have mothered you. Let me just see if I could develop that a little bit. I hear a little child in the background. I think that's a lovely little child in the background. There is a photo or picture of this person coming in. Okay. But it's not very clear. Do you hear that voice on the line? Is that your child in the room, or is that something on the line?
That is my 3-year-old grandson. He's in another room, but it's still the same floor. So
yeah. No, it's just it's a little distracting. So now that I know what it is, maybe I can blot it out better. So I see a family member. I'm hearing family member to you. This woman shows me herself in a younger age. Doesn't mean she died young. She's just showing me. They can show any time in their life. Actually, she's very pretty. She's got brown hair, and she's wearing a little bit of a flower in the hair. Her hair is medium length. It's got some width to it between the ear, or just below the ear. It looks like a 40s style. It's got a little fluff of bangs, and then it kind of goes straight until you get to the curls around the ears or under the ears. And it could also be a 60s style. Let's not get into the time zone. All I can say is what I see, which is this: a straight nose. Is strong in that it has some character definition to it.
My mom. I'm thinking that's my mom. I hope so.
Okay. I see her baking. Okay. She wants to show me herself baking a pie, of all things. And she's going to give me more information. Just bear with me, love. She's also petite in stature. She shows herself as slender. Okay, and this is the time in her life she cares to show me. She's showing me herself as in the home doing something there. It doesn't mean she never was out of the home. I'm only giving you literally what I see right now. She also has, she's got delicate arms, beautiful hands. She's got red nail polish on her hands. She's got red lipstick on her lips, so she likes to take care of herself even though she was in the home, I guess. I can conclude that from that. And there's a pie in front of her. She says, tell me about apple pie, and she also tells me a little bit about liking apple pie. Mostly that the family liked apple pie and that you might have liked apple pie. She actually literally says that you liked apple pie. Did you like apple pie? Do you like apple pie, please, Peggy?
She used to make apple pie.
She did? Okay. Well, I guess she thought everybody loved it. Whether or not you did is another matter.
They're not my favorite, but they were good.
Okay. Well, she's saying that you liked apple pie. So she's thinking people liked apple pie. Now she's laughing a little bit. She's saying, I thought you liked it. She says, I did a great job with it, you know. There's a sense of frailty to her physical health. I think she's trying to project me a little bit further in time, you know, as she moved to more senior. I don't see the senior. I'm just getting a sense of frailty to her health. She says the wind could have blown her over. She got so thin at the end. She laughs a little bit about that. She also shows me that she had some sort of a spiritual base to her and or a religious belief system. And you understand? Okay, good. Very strong in that belief. Very strong. She says she wants you to know that there is a God and that she's very happy in her home now, her home. And she says she's at home. And, you know, in other words, gone home to spirit, to God. And she says, not to say that Earth is not home. She says, for you. And she says, I love you very much and thank you for calling me in today. She says, not to say that Earth is not home. She says, but I'm in my place now, a place that is kinder to me and gentler to me. She says, I always tried to spread the word when I was on Earth, to be kind to people, to be gentle to people, to be loving to people. She says, I never could quite get that message across to others. Now, I don't get the sense that it was a big, what I just said now from her mouth, it was subtle. Okay, in other words, she wasn't running around like having a lot of problems with people, but she gives me the sense that she was a sweeter person than most. And maybe more generous than most. She was very honest, very genuine, honest, upfront, and generous with her health and with everything, her energy. She liked to give, she liked to take care of things. I see these things. She was involved with the community charity drives. I believe there's something with the church that she went to going on there. She also shows me next to you a male, which it would indicate to me, she just gave me the broadest stroke of this, that you would have a brother. Do you have a brother, please?
Yes.
Okay, he's older than you, love? He's older than you, sweetie?
No.
Okay.
No.
All right, I just heard her older, so I guess you're the older one then. Okay, good. She says she loves you all very much. Yeah. She says, I love you all very much. Let's see what else she wants to say. I want to get something about her health, and then I'm going to get to a personal message for you. Let's see what she wants to say about you. She just keeps saying, I love you all so much. She also showed me a red rose. A red rose is a symbol of love for her, from her to you. She says, take the rose in your hand. Take the rose. So she must be in the room with you. Let me see. Is she in the room with Peggy? Yeah, she's right next to you. She's on your left side, and she's actually standing there next to you, giving you the rose. Hold on, honey. I just want to see, because jumping around a little bit. I don't mean literally, she's just jumping around mentally with me. Hold on. The rose is important, she says, as a symbol of love, for you to take care of yourself more, to give to yourself more. She says, you're always caring for everyone else. She says, I want you to care for yourself more. She says, that's the mistake that I made. She says, I was a martyr quite often in my own life. She says, I didn't complain, but she says, I thought it was assumed that I was supposed to be of service to others. And she says, I love my service, but she says, I overdid it. And she says, my health failed in the end because of it. And she's going to... You understand that?
Oh, absolutely. My dad, she knew she had breast cancer, and she let herself go to take care of my dad.
And I was going to say that she is showing me how she was so sacrificing. I was going to say cancer as well because it was getting to that. But anyway, yeah, thank you, honey, for validating that. Yeah, that she's very self-sacrificing because she thought she was supposed to be, she uses the word martyr. She says she thought, and you know, I believe she must have been Catholic or Christian, yes?
Yes.
Okay, because she's, because you know, I believe it's Catholicism, but even in any Christian religion, being pious, the meek shall inherit the earth, that was her value system. I have to give. I have to be a giver. And she says, I love being a giver, but in the end, you hurt yourself, she says. So I want you to take better care of yourself. I also get an M name like a Mary or something like that. I don't know who Mary is in the family or friends or what have you. It may not be your mother's name. It's just a name that pops in. Sometimes they give me all these names.
Mary is my daughter-in-law.
Oh, okay. All right. Is she giving you trouble now?
No.
Okay, good. That's all right. I just
Her mother.
her mother is. Okay, thank you. Because there's something coming in here about you and self-care and, you know, the family. And I didn't know where it was going to go yet. So it's her mother then. Okay. Now, let me just see. She just wants you to set the boundaries better. Don't be as sacrificing as she was. She says you have a tendency in that direction. And she's giving, it's almost like she's saying, I gave you values like that, and I want to take them back. Yeah, she says, I want to take some of them back. She says, you're exhausting yourself lately. You're really going, you're bending over backwards to take care of other people, to do things for other people. She says, you're not being appreciated the way that you should be. She says, people are taking advantage of you. She says, you do need to take better care of yourself, and you can set better boundaries. She says, everybody will still love you, and she says, I will love you more. I will love you more.
Right. That hits the nail on the head, really.
Yeah, she loves you so much, Peggy. And she's a very loving person. I also feel a male, I'm not going to go into this second person in spirit, but I just want to say I feel that there's a male there feels also fatherly in nature. So there's either a grandparent or your own father that's also with her. And whoever whoever it is a heart attack surrounding his passing. He passed before Mom, I believe. And she didn't take care. Yeah. What was that, honey?
My grandfather.
Okay, had a heart attack?
Her father.
Okay.
Yes, her father.
Okay, so all right. Well, I'm just letting you know what's coming in. Sudden passing, father figure passed before her, and he wants to pop in also. He's laughing. He's holding a cup of coffee, like he liked to do when he's around the house with everyone, and just to chat. He liked to drop in to chat with people. So he's dropping in now just to chat, say hello, and just add his 2 cents. He's laughing. He's not going to be developed further, Grandpa. You're not going to be developed further. It's like as if he's dropping in even though he's not invited, and he says he liked to do that when he was on Earth too. I don't know how that.
I never knew him. He left before I was born.
Oh, interesting. But you know that he died of a heart attack?
Yeah, my mom told me.
Okay. Well, he has his personality type. So he passed before you were born.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, because he has a personality. He's very friendly, but if whatever neighborhood or wherever he lived, he might have been the kind of neighbor that would just show up at another neighbor's door and talk. He was just friendly, very casual personality, and he was very friendly, very outgoing, and just a kind of nice guy. You might want to. Well, you can't validate it. Well, we can validate it with your mother right now. She's here. Mom, what do you say? She's laughing a little bit. She says, "Yeah, he was a real." Oh, she's using a cute little phrase, a snooky. I don't know what that means, but it's like I'm trying to develop a nickname that she might have had for her father, but that he was just cute and, you know, a real character. So with with that, my love, I'm going to let you go and get on to the next.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, honey. God bless. Bye-bye. Bye. Okay, I have so much energy lately, thank goodness. I don't know if any of you noticed or knew me before, but for a while there, I was so tired all the time, all winter long. I had these viruses. Finally got the air in my house cleaned up, got rid of the mold. And I don't know if it's only due to that, but I can tell you this right now, I feel so good. I'm just looking to see if there are any other donations. No, there aren't. Okay, so I'm going to do is go right to 818, which I believe is Daniela. Daniela.
Yes. Hello.
Hi, honey. How are you, sweetheart?
Hi, I'm good, thank you. Thank you so much for taking my call.
Yeah, there's a mother figure for you that's close to you, and she might not exactly. Yeah, I feel a mother figure. Also has a little bit of it seems like it might not be directly your mother. It might be more like a friend that was like a sister but a little older than you. So we're just going to give her the broad stroke. She actually is wearing a little extra weight on her body. She's a little bit heavier set. Okay. Actually, she could even be a little bit more than a little overweight. I'll just say it to you that way. Um,
Oh, okay.
okay. She wears her hair, and right now she wears it. What's that noise in the background, honey? Because it's distracting me.
Oh, let me go inside. I was trying to go outside first so that
Yeah.
I was in a store. I'll go right back inside. Here I come.
Yeah, wherever
Okay.
you won't be
Is that
distracted.
better?
Yeah, that's fine. Now, the woman I see, I don't know if you're going to know her or not. I have a funny feeling that this is going to be somebody that's not on your mind right now. Okay, just got that sneaking suspicion, but you'll probably have to. We'll see. So the hair, because the hair looks like it's more like a '60s style. It's kind of teased up, bouffant, kind of. It's dark hair, and it kind of goes round, and then it comes into that little curve of a flip that's right under the ears. It's mid-length. She's overweight.
Oh,
She's
okay.
yeah. She's showing me herself from the hairstyle from the '60s, and
Okay.
she's showing me herself overweight. She feels older than you when she was alive. She's older than you. I don't know how much
Okay.
older than you. Okay, I don't know how much older than you. And she has a sense of not being directly your mother, but somehow a little bit lateral to you, like either an aunt or sister or something like that, or a friend. Could be a friend that was a little older than you. Let's see if I could get
Okay.
anything. Yeah, she also shows me that she did have a Christian upbringing. Uh, that she did like to sing in church, but she doesn't give me the sense of always doing that. Seems like towards the end, like maybe it was more when she was growing up. I can't really pin it down. Hold on one second. I just want to get a little deeper with this. All that noise in the background
Okay.
is a little distracting, so bear
Let
with
me
me.
I'm gonna put myself on mute.
Okay, that's a good idea. Well, I'm going to need you to yes or no me here and there, so hold on.
Okay. I can come back in to do that.
All
No
right.
worries.
All right, honey. Thank you. There's heart issues with this person. There's heart issues. There's also intestinal issues. There's a few things wrong with her health. There's also high blood pressure. Now she shows me she advances her age a little bit. She's showing herself at a more advanced age where she's not as young. Her hair changes to a lighter color. It's longer. It's layered. It's layered. It's almost like a lightish brown. Interesting. To dark blonde, and she's wearing a fedora hat, and she's smoking a cigarette here, and she's wearing a low-cut top, and she's rather sexy looking, but she still has a little extra. She still has extra weight on. She's quite a bosom on her, actually, to tell me the truth. So she's showing herself at different times in her life, and she did get into trouble as she was a little bit more streetwise or more into street culture as she got older. But she also shows me she liked to do things like have her cards read or read cards for others, to see tarot cards around her, and that she asked a lot of questions about life. She was very inquisitive. So what she's showing me is somebody that went from being more of a early '60s kind of person to going through to the '70s, maybe. Like we transitioned from one time to another time, and she's showing me herself more in the new age kind of, the age of Aquarius kind of look and attitude, and a little bit more street type. So I just want to come back to you. Does this resonate for you in any way, please? This person.
No, it doesn't. However, when you were mentioning about the reddish to dark brown hair and so forth, it kind of reminded me of my grandmother, and she was a bit streetwise, but it does not as much.
Okay.
But I can definitely ask and find out.
Yeah, you can ask and find out. Because let me just say, I see her overweight, big bosom, moving from a '60s hairstyle to more of a longer layered look and more of a she's not really in the street. It's kind of hard for me to say because all she's doing right now is showing me pictures, not talking. But she's smoking. Do you know if grandma smoked?
Yes, my grandmother smoked and my mother smoked as well.
Okay, so I'm going to go
And
through.
I smoked.
Oh, okay. So she's showing me herself smoking. She has longer hair now, as I said. It's almost a lighter brown to it's got some product in it. I mean, it looks like it was straightened or something, but it's got ringlets or curls to it. It's a pretty hairstyle. Goes up to the shoulder. She's wearing a dark hat with like a fedora brim on it, and she's lost a little weight in this little bit advanced time. She's lost weight. She's very curvaceous, I guess is a way to put it. And there's cancer and heart problems. Cancer and heart problems.
Okay.
So this, and also high blood pressure. So as she advances
Okay.
farther, she's got all these a myriad of health problems. She says she didn't take care of her health much. She didn't take care of her health much when she could have, and then when she got older, it was too late already. There's a son under her also, so whoever this is so that would mean that you'd have a brother if it was your mother, or your mother has a brother if it's your grandma.
Okay. My mother did have two brothers, and I am an only child.
So then this is grandma. Okay, probably grandma, because I feel a boy under her. She says, so you didn't know her very well. Is that it, love? You didn't know her very well?
Well, I have memory loss. I had a brain tumor,
Oh.
and I've had 2 surgeries on it. So my memory is not so great.
Oh, okay.
But my grandmother passed away. I believe I was 19.
Oh, okay.
When she passed away.
All right. So you can do a little research on this. Okay, it's all recorded for you.
Yes.
But she comes in with a very clear visual of who she is. I'm going to see if she has anything else to say, or show me. She's been choosing to be more visual with me. Let me see.
Speak to her. Please speak to Laura.
Thank you, honey. Let's see something about. Hold on for a second, love. There's also somebody else showing up rather than her. There's a woman who looks more traditional, who's got dark hair with a light suit and a hat. The suit is like a light mint green to light bluish mint green, and she's got dark hair, mid-length to shorter, a long short or mid-length hairstyle, black, and she's looking. I think she might be a different grandma to you. I'll say that. I think more on your father's side, and she pops in also. I'm not going to develop her. I'm going back to the first one. Hold on for a second. Grandma. And she just wants you to take better care of your health. She says she doesn't want you to do well, you're not, I'm assuming, but she doesn't want you to do with yourself what she did with herself, which was ignore a lot of the symptoms. She also gives me this sense that this happened to you, your problem, through some kind of an accident, but you said it was a tumor? Is that what you said it was, honey?
Yes.
Oh.
Yes, I had a brain tumor, and we found out about it right after I gave birth to my son, and I ended up having emergency surgery when he was 3 weeks old. But 2 months prior to that, my father passed away from a massive heart attack, and we were very close. So I always wondered if I had created this tumor from the traumatic event of my father passing.
Yeah, okay. Because she gives me this sense of as if you were in a collision of some sort. So I guess that is relevant. That the passing being sudden was like an accident. No, it was traumatic for you. She says, but she wants you to just, take care of your health. Let me just get something else. I don't want to be led by what you said. I just want to see what she wants to come in with. She has other things to say. Okay. Well, your health is important. She said you will survive and get better. She says, don't worry. Nutrition support is important. She says you've been doing that besides all the other things the doctors are telling you to do. She says don't worry about the growth coming back. She says she says it seems to be gone. She says just get your thinking right, get out of the fear, and get into your, just look at your life like a interesting. She's going to get a little metaphoric, but she says she wants you to envision yourself in a field of daisies all the time, a beautiful field of daisies. So keep yourself happy with flowers around you. Flowers and beautiful things and sunsets and birds chirping and springtime all the time. She says keep yourself in springtime all the time. She says and just keep calm. She says your husband is somewhat supportive of you. It seems like your husband is, you're with your husband still, right, honey?
I am, but we're having a lot of problems.
Okay, because she's about to go to that direction. He's somewhat supportive of you, but not quite enough. She says she wishes that the two of you could work all those things out because it would give you more peace of mind. So you're under stress. You poor baby.
Yes.
You're under a lot of stress. Oh.
Yes, and I have 5 children, 2 of which are grown.
Wow.
And a granddaughter and a grandbaby on the way.
Wow, what an extensive family. Um, all right, so this seems to be your mother's mother who's coming in to give you health advice. Since it's recorded, you'll be able to listen to it again and
Okay.
see if you can validate some of the things that came through. It was very clear as far as what she showed me, so I do have to trust that that was accurate. And
Okay.
I'm going to let you go now, Daniela, and my blessings for your health and for your family.
Okay. Thank you very much. I really appreciate it. Blessings and namaste to you.
Namaste, honey. Thank you, honey. Bye-bye.
Bye bye.
Okay, well, that was kind of noisy in the background, wasn't it? Well, hopefully, everybody who's here will be able to be a little bit more quiet in the background. I'm going to go to 267306. Hello, this is
Hello.
Spirit Medium Laura. Hi, who am I speaking with?
Hi, it's Crystal.
Oh, yeah, Crystal, how could I forget? There you are. I wrote it down. You can tell I'm in another world right now. God, there is a male to you that's in spirit that I'm sensing. It feels like a father figure, okay? But I'm also being told that I should ask you. Because as I say that, I also feel a mother to you. Hold on, let me just see who else is there. I'm going to give you a broad stroke of a few different souls, and then I'm going to come back to you. One second, please. There's a mother figure there. She has medium length hair. It looks like it's layered and it's kind of teased. And she showed me the way she looked on Earth, honey. I'm sorry if I'm not making myself clear. So it's kind of fluffed up and teased a little bit with some kind of it's like an artichoke cut, they call that, where it's got layers and it's nicely coiffed and nicely cared for. I think it's a grandma to you. She actually has she's very even features. She looks, if you know how boy, I'm going way back now. You may not know this particular person, but Pat Nixon, that was Nixon's wife. She looks a little bit like that, but I'll just describe what she looks like. She's got even features. She's slender. She's high cheekbones. She's a nicely shaped nose. It's not too perfect nose, actually. She's a very good-looking woman. But in particular, what I find is very distinctive about her face is high cheekbones with a hollowness under them, which is good bone structure. She does look older in the photo, the vision she's giving me of herself right now. And she also shows she's slender. She also shows herself wearing a sweater over a dress. She's not in a house dress. She seems to be a little bit more dressed formally, not with jewelry, but just she's not in a house dress. So that to me means that this woman liked to make a good presentation to others. Her hair is done. She's dressed fairly nicely. She's wearing a nice dress with a sweater over it. She also shows me herself as having heart issues, cardiovascular issues, and she also gives me the sense that towards the end of her life, she seemed to have required some care, or she was living in like an assisted living facility or something like that. Does this resonate for you, honey, in any way?
It could be my dad's mom. I know it's not my grandma. I thought at first it was. It could be my dad's mom. It was sudden, but she did need some care. She passed suddenly, but there was some care at the end.
Yeah, because I see like an assisted living facility or some kind of a place there. It's like as if she's living in a home of some sort. And it could be.
Could be my great grandmother then.
Okay, well, let me just finish. When I say home, I mean like a place where you go where they care for you. So if she wasn't in a impersonal home, like a facility, then like a assisted living or a nursing home. If she wasn't in one of those, then she was in some place where people were caring for her. I'll just give you that because I don't see it right now. I just get a sense of it. I don't feel it's as back far as your great grandma. I think it's a grandmother, and I don't know why. I want to ask you this. I don't know why you're saying it's not your grandmom, it's your father's mom. I guess that's due to relationship. You were closer with your mother's mother than your father's mother. Is that why you're saying that?
Yeah, that's why I was thinking, yeah.
Okay, because your father's mother is your grandmother also. So that's why I was a little confused. Okay, all right. Yeah, she's here. She just want to say hello. One of the things, I don't know if you can validate this since you weren't as close with her as your mother's mother, but she's liking hard candy. She likes to eat hard candy. She said she liked to take long walks. when she was able to, when she was younger. She says, it's good for your health, dear, to you. She says it's good for you to get out the house more and to be taking care of your health. She does show me cardiovascular again as a heart attack. Do you understand heart attack for this grandmother, please?
No.
Okay, something in the chest area seems to be awry there, and feel sudden. Well, you already told me suddenness or passing, but I keep getting cardiovascular. Is that because you don't know how she passed, or is that because you know it wasn't cardiovascular?
I know that. Well, my Nana, my dad's mom, she wasn't vascular, but with my grandmom, my mom's mom, she passed in Atlantic City suddenly, so we don't know exactly what happened.
Oh, interesting. Okay, so let me just go over what I just said, because I'm a little bit fast talking today. I see a hairstyle. It's mid-color brown, but there's some gray coming in. It's fluffed up as if it was set, teased, sprayed, and styled. Okay, she's wearing a sweater. She shows me cardiovascular. She shows me herself as thin. Okay, and she gives me the impression that there was some kind of care to her at the end, whether or not she passed suddenly. So does that fit either of your grandmas, hon?
There wasn't really care at the end. I'm as far as like being in a nursing home or anything like that.
Okay.
Now my great grandma, that's why I said, and my great grandma did live to 101. So.
Okay.
I mean,
but let me just say, let me clarify that care, because I don't mean she's in a hospital or that she's gotten, that she's in a nursing home. I just feel the way she's dressed, that she was around people that were, I don't know how to explain. I guess I was overstating it a little bit. She's not dressed like she's at home. She's out of the home, and she's wearing a dress right now. That was the first way I saw her. And she's looks like a person that was around people. I guess that's a better way to say it. So leave the home out of it and leave the care out of it, okay? If I take that away, do you understand? It's your grandma, please. Your Nana on your mother's side. Yeah. Okay. Because that part of it she didn't really say. It was just me interpreting something about the way she was dressed. So we'll just let that go. Okay. So this hair is nice. She's taking care of herself. She's not wearing a lot of makeup. She has beautiful cheekbones. She's a good-looking woman. Particularly, she says, she's laughing a little bit. Yes, in my youth, I really was quite attractive. She says, she's sparkling eyes. They seem to be on the lighter side. You understand lighter eyes for Nana, mom's mom, please?
No, dad's mom, no.
Okay. Well, let that go, because sometimes those things are wrong. But the eyes are sparkling. They're lively. She's a lively woman. Nice personality. She's carrying a handbag, too. She says something about, because she carries a handkerchief with her. It's a pretty handkerchief, and it's lace. She also likes candy, so she's got some candy in her pocketbook. Do you understand that for any of your grandmas, please? I'm going to just continue to roll.
Yeah, yeah, it's Nana.
Okay. Because she's showing me this beautiful lace, what do you call it, handkerchief, and she's taking it out of her pocketbook. She also has candy in there. She still like to give you candy from her pocketbook, and herself candy. She says something about breath. She says, I always made sure my breath was good, she says.
Oh, that's grandma.
What was that, honey?
Lifesavers.
Okay, good. There's the candy. Okay. She says breath need to be good. She says she loves you very much. I like to go on until we have a definite ID on somebody. So that's why I'm going through all this care here, making sure that you can make a positive ID. Now, you already told me she's from Atlantic City. There is a boy under her. I don't remember if we clarified that. That would mean that your mother must have a brother besides being the only child. Do you have an uncle, honey? Because I see a male under her. Okay. And I feel there's more than one. She says there's more than one boy there. Do you understand that you have two uncles or more, please?
For Nana, not grandma, but yeah.
Yeah, I'm talking about Nana now. Nana is the one with the pocketbook with the lifesavers and the heart attack, right? The heart problem. Did we confirm that? Now I'm confused. Didn't we confirm that?
No.
Okay. So.
Kind of stop in.
Oh, okay. Well, so I don't. Now you've got me so confused. I'm trying to only bring in one soul, okay? I don't want to bring in a composite. And I've given you enough information. So let me just go over it again. The hair is full. It's teeth. She takes care of it. It's mid-length, okay? It's mid-brown color with some gray coming in. She has nice features, high cheekbones. She shows me a pocketbook. She shows me candy coming out of that and a lace handkerchief. I thought that was when you said you thought that was Nana.
The candy, the light when you said the breath lifesavers, the breath.
Yeah.
That resonated with Graham.
Oh, okay. Now, who had the heart attack? Grandma or Nana?
Neither of them that I know of. My grandma passed in Atlantic City.
Suddenly, and you don't know what it is. Oh, okay. That's your grandmother then. Is the grandmother the one with the candy lifesavers? Is that, when you say grandma, is that the one? Okay, that's the one we have here. Okay, that's the one we have here because she probably died of a heart attack. Okay. All right, that's the sudden thing. She's giving you additional information. Okay, because I get something in the chest area, and I just want to relay that to you. So I think, and then she wore her hair nicely. She used to take care of her hair, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Finally. Now, is that the one that's the mother or your father? Because they feel a male under her.
My mother.
Okay, but you have uncles, brothers to your mother, right?
One uncle, yes.
Okay, so excuse me for being so confused, but the nomenclature of Nana and Grandma is a little rough for me because I'm getting, to me it's all the same, Mommy, Grandma, Nana, so just bear with me. So we're on your mother's side. We got your mother's mother. Passed suddenly. I think of a heart attack, okay, that even though you weren't told that. And I also see the pocketbook, which I thought was kind of cute and very distinctive, with a handkerchief that's lace and candy coming out and something about bad breath, which is kind of cute. And then she's got the hairstyle, and she's got the nice. Your grandma, your mother's mother, had nice features, right? Didn't she have high cheekbones?
Yeah.
Okay, good. All right, so that's her. There's something about a fire. Somebody had a fire in their house, or fire? There's something about a fire. Do you understand fire, or fire for somebody's house, please?
No.
Okay. I get something to do with a fire. So it seems maybe it was when she was there in Atlantic. It seems like it's around Atlantic City. And it could have been something that happened that day that was going on around her. Okay, so I just want to relay that to you. Maybe you don't know that, but I have a feeling that there might have been a scare or a fire that could have caused her to maybe, get nervous, and maybe that was the thing that caused her to pass. Because all of a sudden I get the sense of fire, and it's in Atlantic City, so it might have been, but you can't validate that because you don't know, but I want you to know that. Now I'm going to try to bring her voice, and we've spent so much time trying to validate her when she was there very clearly. So I'm going to try to now bring in more of a vocal with her. She loves you very